seat. Sure, feel free to DM. You know that, and that's the worst part about all this shit, right? Is that this not only affects John. I mean, John's fucked, all right? Maybe. I think reputation-wise, he's fucked. He could probably come back and spit out a cute little video on, you know, Zoe Laverne or Jake Paul and cover topics that everybody unanimously despises. But what the main problem with all this is that we all go down too. I mean, whether you guys like it or not, you know, it's a sinking ship that he's created for pretty much all of us, right? Because people look at YouTubers, they look at just groups of people as a collective, you know? So, Bo Blacks goes down, I go down, Nick, who else? I can't really say Tommy or Willie because they weren't buying this shit from the start. And a lot of people were saying, like, Augie, why did you buy John's story? Why? It was ridiculous. No, it wasn't. It was wrong. Obviously, we know that now. It was wrong. But it wasn't necessarily, and I still stand by this to this day, it was not a ridiculous story to tell. Somebody got into his account and was fucking around. Okay? This happened to me before, like, probably more than once. My friends got onto my account. I remember I was at my friend's house and Ben got onto my computer, started tweeting all kinds of weird shit, you know, just to fuck around. It's just a meme. So I could totally buy John's story. I could still buy it to this day. Obviously, I can't. Because he's now taken accountability. Taken accountability. Well, hold on now. Before we get into John's apology, let me get into the chronological order of last night. So I had a YouTuber hit me up, and I'm going to be anonymous with pretty much all these names, but I had a YouTuber hit me up, and they were like, hey, John lied. And I'm like, okay, all right, I hear you. You know, do you know that, or are you just saying that? No, I know that. So then it starts spreading around. You know what happens when, you know, a leak is found? It spreads around. People, you know, other YouTubers start getting aware of this shit. So people start DMing other people. Calls are being made. People are like, you know, what's going on here? What is this bullshit, right? Because it's not even just the lie that's the big deal. Oh, John lied about trolling some kid in Minecraft. Like, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? It's not about the fact that he lied. Although any lie is bad and makes you suspicious from the start, it's the weight of the lie, right? Because this was a central story. Like, what was it? A week ago? 2 weeks ago? This was a big-ass story that everybody was covering. People were fighting about this. People were talking about this. What was the narrative, chat? What was the narrative around the John Swan story? Big YouTuber dream slanders small creator. Small YouTuber just thrown under the bus by big giant dream. And again, it was an easy narrative to pick up on because what did Dream do in the cheating allegations, right? He poisoned the well of the speedrunning people. He was like, these people are just clout chasers, they're full of shit. Instead of actually respond to it. Eventually he did respond to it, but it took him a minute, right? And I'm not gonna lie, Dream's initial response to the John situation, his live stream he did on John, was all over the place. It was a mess. He tried to tie Nick Diorio into it. He could not establish a proper timeline of events. He had all these screenshots that didn't make any sense, that he was just keep clicking around and shit like that. His live stream was a mess. It was impossible to follow. He really did not do a great job shitting on John. But here's the thing about Dream's live stream, all right? Dream knew exactly what we found out last night a week ago. Dream knew that John was full of shit before he did his live stream. That's why they got into a call. And Dream gave him the chance. He was like, look, without saying what I know, are you sure you don't just want to come clean right now? Like, that's the thing, right? This is not just like John was pushed once and then he came clean. You know, he titles his thing, taking accountability. This is not, you know, it's not like this is the first time he's been pressed on this issue and now he's taking accountability. No. John's had like 50,000 opportunities to take accountability, including last year. And also 2,000 opportunities this year. Like, every step of the fucking way. Dude, when Dream went live initially, I watched his live stream with John in a call. Bo Blacks was there. I think Connor was there. I think Nick was there. I know Nick was there. Nick came in as the stream was ending, if I recall correctly. And the entire time we're watching Dream's live stream, you know, John's reaction on the call, he's like, huh? What? I can't believe he would say, you know, he's like saying all this shit, right? And I remember I was getting a little bit suspicious, right? Because I'm like, you know, my reaction, if Dream was doing a live stream on me and he was completely full of shit, my reaction wouldn't be, what? Huh? What's going on? How could you say that? No, my reaction would be like, oh, what? You're full of shit. Wait, no, that's wrong. You're wrong for this, and this reason. Okay, but in fairness, maybe John was shell-shocked a little bit, all right? Maybe John just had no idea how to respond. His like jaw was dropping, dude. Maybe he was speechless, all right? I remember when the stream finished, I asked John, because I was getting a little bit sus, because Dream, you know, as botched of a job as his stream was, in my opinion, it's still, you know, there was things to question John on, all right? The DMs of the kid that we now know there was no kid, it was just John and Cobra, but the DMs did look like John. And I remember thinking, I was like, John, so the stream's over now. I mean, what do you have to say for yourself? And he got real quiet. And he was like, I'll have to respond to this. It's like, yeah, no shit. You will have to respond to this. Now, I didn't know the response was going to be something like, I don't know. Where is this? I don't know, a 40-minute audiobook. A autistic Twitter thread, a 12-page college research document on how I didn't troll, on how I didn't do it. Imagine your entire situation hinges on this lie that you've not only attempted to sell to Dream, that was impossible because Dream knew, but this is a lie that you sold to your friends. You sat there and you watched Optimus cover this. You watched me cover this. And look, me and John, you know, we're not like best friends, all right? We're internet friends. But in my opinion, there's a difference between internet friends and real friends, all right? But look, all right, we're friends. We're acquaintances, all right? I've known John since he had like 1K subs. I remember when John came on my show back when he had like 15 viewers, all right? We go way back, all right? Let me put it that way. Seems, you know, I would expect, not to say that, you know, John and me were great friends, but I would expect that if you knew that I was peddling bullshit because I trusted you, you would come to me and say, listen, man, I need to be perfectly honest here, all right? It didn't go this way. But no, you were too much of a fucking coward. Imagine lying about it. Like, who cares? You and Cobra got into a call and trolled Harley. You got into a call and trolled Harley. And then Dream confronts you like a year ago. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you impersonating me? Like, just be honest, dude. Yeah, it's fucked around with this kid. He's annoying as shit. You know, people will always say on Twitter, this you, they'll pull up some, you know, dumb shit you've done or dumb shit you've said. Why can't people just say, yeah, that was me? Who cares? I guess when you play like the social ladder game on YouTube, you know, you gotta have all these like context. You gotta have this like image of like, oh, I'm prestigious John Swan. Look at me. Look at how fancy my videos look. I guess, you know, you can't afford to be honest on YouTube. I don't know, dude. This whole thing has got me thinking, like, is there something inherently wrong with being a YouTuber? Like, do these people just have to lie? Is this like a requirement to be a successful YouTuber? You have to be full of shit? Like, is this what you just have to do? I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm in the wrong, like, profession. Not to say that, you know, I mean, this is my job and all, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe I fucked up, all right? I like streaming. I like doing YouTube. But time and time again, like, pretty much everyone I used to watch turned out to be a complete cocksucker. Plenty of my friends turned out to be complete assholes. This is just the newest case. Is there something wrong with these people? Like, when you become a YouTuber, do you have to become like this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? But anyway, a call was made last night. I was not in the call, but a call was made last night. John was confronted. At that point, people knew, look, just be honest, all right? Just tell the truth. We all know at this point, you're full of shit. Just come clean. You had every opportunity to come clean. And it's over the dumbest shit, too. What's the big deal? You trolled Harley? You pretended to be Dream? You acted like an asshole in DMs? Who cares? Why? Why lie about that? No one cares. No one cares, dude. Like, people bring up awful shit that I've said. Like, fucking, you know, awful memes that I made, awful jokes that I made, awful words that I've said. It's just like, is this you? Yeah, that is me. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Let me tell you guys something, all right? I can't be too... there's stuff that I know that I don't know if I'm necessarily allowed to say. But I will say this, all right? When John was confronted last night, it was not pretty. All right? I DM'd John. I'm like, what the fuck? Did you lie to me? At that point, I already knew, but I DM'd him because I wanted to just see... Like, just tell me something, all right? What the fuck is going on? No response. Because at that point, he knew he was fucked. There was nothing he could say. Other people confronted him last night, and they were like, hey, what's going on? Just would not budge. Would not budge. Until he had to. Like, this is the dumbest fucking hole to dig. And again, I'm not just mad because it's like, oh, John Swan fucked up. I don't care, all right? John Swan's not a personal friend of mine. What I care about is all of our reputations, all right? Snakes like this, people like this, dirty, disingenuous, liars like this, they bring us all down. Imagine being a viewer of the commentary community, looking at a guy like this. Like, if I were a viewer right now, I'd be like, why am I watching any of these people, dude? Like, look at this guy. This was who was propped up as, like, the intellectual of the community. He's got the fancy editing. He's got the music. He's got the videos. He does the... You know, he plays the YouTube game so well. This is our intellectual lying about trolling to a kid, selling all of his friends under the water. Why watch any of these people? Why watch Boblax? Why watch Augie? Why watch Nick? They're probably all pieces of shit. That's what I would be thinking right now if I was a viewer. All right? This hurts all of us. I don't think I'm going to take like a hit like in terms of income or sub-law. I don't think I'll take any of that because I didn't do anything. But I do think I am going to take a little bit of a reputation hit just by proxy of being around these people. I'm so fucking sick of this community, dude. Part of the reason why I deleted Twitter is just because these people just disgust me. Not necessarily John Swan at the time, but I had a feeling. I had a feeling. People were asking me back when the Dream Drama was going on, what are you going to do if John lies to you? I'm going to be really fucking mad. And I'm going to throw him under the bus. I'm gonna tell the truth. Well, here we are. What is it? 1 week, 2 weeks later? I can't even remember when this drama was relevant. 2 weeks? 2 weeks later. Here we are. Anyway. After talking to John, I guess Nick felt comfortable enough to let Twitter know. John Swan lied about Dream. Thread. I've been shown proof tonight that has made me come to the conclusion that John Swan has been lying to me pretty flagrantly for the last few weeks. I've been sitting here for like half an hour trying to figure out how to word this tweet correctly, but here we go. I don't want to publicly flog John for lying in an 8-page document about Minecraft sex mod drama. However, he sat idle while me and Willie and Tommy C were fighting over this stupid shit. He not only lied publicly, he lied to me, Augie, Boblax, and Tipser for what felt like weeks. I wasn't going to run to Twitter, but he told me an autistic 12-year-old hacked his Discord and sent the N-word. He let me make an ass of myself. The morally right thing is to make people aware of this as quickly as I shared my opinions when I thought the dog ate his Discord account. Actually, I came back to Twitter. Oops. So much for that. Am I right? I wrote last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, "Hi, I wasn't expecting to temporarily return to Twitter this soon, and I don't have plans to stay for long, but I have just been presented direct evidence of John Swan basically admitting to lying to us about the dream situation. There was no 12-year-old. I'm so fucking mad. A correction stream and video segment will be issued and an apology to Dream." By the way, I did DM Dream. He didn't respond, not that I expected him to, but I did DM Dream. "I left Twitter mostly due to my recent incredible disgust of the commentary community. Boy, did I pick a good fucking time to leave." So after our 2 tweets come out, suddenly the entire community is like, what the fuck? What's going on? Are you sure about this? Obviously, me, not that I had direct evidence of it, I was just shown it. The people that had the direct evidence of it, they couldn't come out with it. But fortunately, John did all the work for us. He immediately came out with a statement, taking accountability. And Nick, I see your Discord DM in a second. Taking accountability. Ooh, boy. We're a real YouTuber now. Is this what it's like to climb up the social ladder? Was it fucking worth it? Was it worth it? Taking accountability. Well, I'm really glad you're taking accountability now, when you had every chance in the world to do so. Don't look at this apology as genuine, by the way. I'm coming out and saying it flat out, all right? This is not a genuine apology. Maybe he's sorry he got caught, but he had every chance privately to come out and correct the record. Before this even became a big deal, he had every chance. But no. I don't know what got in the way. His ego? I don't fucking know. I don't know, dude. Like, people always say, like, oh, big ego, big ego. I don't know, dude. Sometimes I think a big ego is healthy. Sometimes I think a lot of people would benefit from having a big ego. This is just sheer stupidity. To me, at least. As a commentator, my credibility is important to me. Unfortunately, I have let you all down. There is no excuse for what I did, and I take full responsibility. Cool. I wish I could have made a video, but I'm currently traveling and not in the position to do so. By the way, from what I'm being told by friends of his, that this is true. He was not home at that time. I don't know if he was traveling or if he was just outside of the house, but he was not home. I was messing around on Discord around a year back with a friend of mine. That friend, by the way, is Lieutenant Cobra, who, by the way, reached out to me and apologized for not being honest. I had 6,000 subs, and I thought nothing of it. This somehow got back to Dream, and I didn't expect it to. I panicked. I told a lie, and I thought it would never get brought up again. I was wrong. Why would you panic at this? It's not even like Dream was like the colossal giant back then that he is now. He had like 1 million subs, sure, but like, he hits you up, he's like, yo, what the fuck, dog? You impersonating me? It was the 12-year-old. It was my autistic cousin, sister, friend. It wasn't me. Why? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Why would you freak out at that? I was wrong. Dream's Reddit post came out and I was completely in shock. Dream's Reddit post came out with 20 likes. Completely in shock. I panicked again and I made my thread, digging myself into a deeper hole. I thought it would look really bad if people thought I was impersonating a YouTuber, even though it was so small and inconsequential at the time, but I understand now that lying about something on as big of a scale as this is indefensible. Yeah, you think? And again, it's not even just really about the lie, although the lie itself is bad enough. You let your friends fight for you, really. Like, I'm not going to speak for myself, but look, Bo Blacks, he's a good dude. Nick, good dude. I haven't really talked to Optimus too much. Seems like a good dude. Anyone else who covered this story, they seem like good people. Why? Why would you piss away not just your reputation, but why would you piss away like your friendships with these people? It just makes no sense to me. I don't understand how this is such childish bullshit. It's like, oh, I got caught. Let me just make up a lie real quick, and then everyone starts covering it. Dude, it's not even about this. Let me tell you guys something, all right? How sociopathic this guy is. While everybody was covering for his fucking lie, he was tweeting out, just a reminder, I'm uncancelable, mate. Good night, everyone. Just jerking off to his follower count. Look, oi, mate. I look at all these followers. Wow, dude. Really felt bad about that lie you told, huh? Totally. This is why I don't buy this apology at all. This guy was fucking masturbating to his sub count. Like, I was talking with him. He was like, I've gained 5,000 subs from this without even doing anything. Dude, if I was gonna tell a lie like this, I would be shitting myself behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be getting this ballsy after telling this much of a lie. Like, he had to have known this would come out. That's the thing about this community, is that you really can't sell a lie for too long. Especially one on this big of a scale. Generally, if you lie on the internet, you can get away with it for a while, maybe, depending on the circumstances. But it will come out again eventually. So he's sitting there selling us bullshit. He's sitting there looking at his follower count. I'm uncancelable. Look at all these followers. Woo, yeah. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is sociopathic. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm like misusing that word or some shit, but this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. If I were sitting there selling this lie, I would shut the fuck up and I would be as quiet as possible. I would be like, I'm gonna be as quiet as possible and hope to God I can skirt by the skin of my balls, and hopefully maybe I can just weasel my way out of this situation. No, John, on the other hand, nah, dude. He loved it. I guess he genuinely thought he was gonna get away with this. I don't know how or why he could think that, but I guess maybe he just thought, like, yeah, sure, dude. This is gonna work. This is gonna work real well. Time after time, I messed up. I should have just said it was me all along, but I didn't. I dug myself deeper and deeper, and I got caught up with everything. I lied about a massive creator, and I'm sorry. There is no excuse. There is no need to defend me. I was brutally wrong, and I'm sorry for lying to you all. Well, no need to say that, John. I was not planning on defending you. Guys, give him the benefit of the doubt here, alright? He's going through a tough time. No. Bullshit. This affects my business. This affects my brand, dude. As gay as it is to say shit like that, it's true. Like, my reputation is hit by this. So I hope you're fucking happy, dude. I'm not gonna go on some petty, like, revenge, like, I'll fucking get you one day or some shit like that, but no, I'm being dead serious right now. I mean, this does affect me, you know, completely. Again, like I was saying before, I don't know if it's something about being a YouTuber that just causes these people to become scumbag. I don't know what it is. It's like a sickness. I don't get it. I understand if this makes you lose respect for me. In fact, I would be shocked if it didn't. I messed up on such a large scale that I don't know if I'm capable of anyone's forgiveness, but I will try my best to earn my respect back. I have let you down, I am ashamed and disappointed in myself, and I am sorry. I will be taking off time for social media to process everything. I will return at some point, don't know when. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy. Cool. Awesome. Great. Dream. Taking his well-deserved W, by the way. It has come to my attention that John Swan has confessed to his friends about lying about me after being confronted with new evidence and has deleted his response after my stream. By the way, it's true. The Google Doc, gone. That 12-page essay that you wrote up. Hey, Turkey Tom, you in the audience right now? Hey, Tom, you know what he said? This document's going to be a lot better than Tom's. Turkey Tom sniffed your shit out from a mile away. He did. So, what have you got to say about that? Turkey Tom knew that you were full of shit. I don't know, chat. Kind of interesting. I knew about this evidence about a week ago, and I offered in private for him to confess to me and apologize and delete his tweets, and I wouldn't criticize him publicly for it without telling him about the evidence. And he still denied it fully and continued to tweet lies. Why? Why would you do this? What do you have to gain? Why? Is he retarded? What is going on here? I don't get it, dude. I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. I'm glad this has come to an end, but severely disappointed in John Swan for continuing to lie about me, despite me giving him multiple opportunities to tell the truth. I would like an apology to me and my community from John Swan, but I'll probably not get one. I'm also very disappointed in all the commentary channels that made the narrative that I slandered a small creator. I hope they'll put equal effort into making sure people know that I didn't, as they did into that. Listen, alright? Dream, for all I know, might be the sketchiest dude on YouTube. Alright? But this is a fair statement. This is objectively a fair statement. The reality of the situation is that there was no slander. As a matter of fact, the only person that was slandered in this situation was Dream. Isn't that fucking weird to say? Or I guess for you guys, weird to listen to? Poor Dream. Slandered. By John Swan. But it's true! John Swan led an entire community of people that weren't 14 and K-pop stans to believe that this guy was full of it. Big Bad Dream is lying about me. Help me out, mate. Help me out. He weaponized us, effectively. He weaponized Nick, Tipster, me, Optimus, Boblax, all of us. And look, I'm not a big creator, all right? I've got 40K. But the truth is that YouTubers do listen to my show. So to some extent, I have to take what I say very carefully. Because YouTubers listen to my show. If I go on my show in front of 3,000 people and say that Dream slandered a poor innocent creator, on the grand scheme of things, that probably has no effect to Dream whatsoever. But it doesn't hurt him. It does hurt his reputation. In the same way that John put an axe through Mon. And so many others. This is an objectively fair statement by Dream to make. I sincerely hope that commentary channels that covered this do correct the record. I think they will. Mostly because right now, it's entirely safe to have the opinion that John is a piece of shit for this. That's a very safe opinion to have. What if it wasn't, though? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. People are coming out with videos correcting the record. The statement has been made. Alright? So, that's it. Though I don't plan on talking about it anymore. And remember, don't attack people on my behalf. Thank you guys for the support. And Detective Dream on top. Awesome. Cool. So that's effectively where we stand on the John Swan situation. I am utterly disgusted. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable to me. And I really don't know what to, there's two sides of me to this, right? There's one side that's like, yeah, what do I have to expect? All right, YouTubers, there's something wrong with these people inherently. I'm almost inclined to believe that. On the other hand, though, I'd like to think that I had more, I thought a little bit higher of this guy. Certainly, he presents himself as, an authoritative figure. He's like, yeah, look, I do the research, I tell the truth, I make the videos, I do the YouTube game very safely and very well. Well, so much for that. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm a dirtbag, streamer, dude. I don't really even make videos. And I've said plenty of just awful shit about people and other YouTubers on Twitter and on YouTube. And I if I had to guess, if we're gonna poll the commentary community, most people probably, if they're aware of me, don't really like me that much. But despite all that, the people that do like me and the people that do like the other people in this community, what they like us for is our realism. So when that image of realism is shattered because one person in the group decides to do some dumb shit like this, I take that very seriously. It's not even just it's not even just about the lie, like the Minecraft meme. This started as Minecraft drama. But what this shows to me is a complete, disgusting character. Disgusting character. And I want nothing to do with it.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Is that so?
That is a phrase that has lost a lot of significance as of recent. It seems people disregard it entirely in favor of passing judgment based on circumstantial evidence. But who can really blame people when the evidence is presented without proper knowledge or context?
You know what? That's fair.
Dream is a Minecraft YouTuber with over 18 million subscribers. He's probably one of the most influential channels right now. However, it's no secret that I'm not the biggest fan of him. Although he was one of the people that I interviewed for my Minecraft documentary, which released in December of 2019, over the past few months, I have been heavily critical of him on Twitter, criticizing him for his response to the Minecraft speedrun cheating accusations, as well as his takes on stans and stan culture. This whole drama started when I posted a video on my Twitter, splicing together clips from the official podcast and Scuffed podcast. In these clips, Charlie, aka Critical, criticizes Dream for his attitude on the Scuffed podcast.
I don't care.
And his future accusations.
Get to the stuff.
Along with these clips, I also promoted my friend's channel, Cordwit, who I was going to be doing a collaboration with. Someone interpreted me posting my 11k sub friend as milking the drama, and promptly posted it to the r/DreamWasTaken2 subreddit. Dream somehow found this post and decided to respond to it. I think it's worth pointing out that he responded to the post about our video coming out. I believe that he may have been trying to discredit the video before its release. That's not an accusation, just my opinion. I may very well be wrong. In this response, Dream claimed that I was bad news and describes the situation.
Oh man, this hurts to this hurts to look at.
Situation that happened over a year ago. He claims that I changed my profile and name on Discord to Dreams and started DMing people pretending to be him. He also claimed that I sent people the N-word as well as sexual stuff. He also alleged that I gave my main Twitter to vouch, and where I would then vouch from my main Twitter stating that it was me. There is only one way I can interpret this, and that is that Dream thought I had DM'd people from my main Twitter to vouch for the Discord messages being sent. This will be important later, so please do keep it in mind. Up until the second paragraph where he mentions that I denied it was me, all of these were statements. In fact, he doesn't mention that it is an opinion anywhere. Anyone seeing this would read everything as fact. I was sent this post by someone in my Discord server, and naturally, I was pretty shocked that an 18 million...
Boy, I wonder what that person in the Discord server was thinking, or is thinking right now. This is really embarrassing to look at. I mean, look at how confidently he was willing to just lie about Dream. It's not even just the document. Like, look at this fucking video. How do you sit here and record shit like this? Animate the little audio waves and shit. I don't know how editing works, but I mean, he had to do something to put this together. How do you put this together? How do you sit there and gloat about your, your following count? Watch all your friends go to bat for you. How do you do any of this shit and just not feel terrible? This is the John Swan Manifesto by Nicholas Diorio. Last night, as many of you know, I released a thread titled John Swan Lied to Dream. And many of you were rightly confused or questioning why my subsequent replies didn't contain any evidence to the claims I was making. I'm sure those same people were equally as confused that John came forward shortly after with a statement of his own admitting it was all true and he had been lying the entire time. I figured it would be a good time now to sort of explain what happened to everyone, because those who are asking have a right to know what the fuck happened. I was approached last night at 11:10 Eastern by Turkey Tom, who presented me a screenshot taken from a group chat where an extremely credible YouTuber was talking about how John had confessed last year to trolling Harley TBS with Lieutenant Cobra, impersonating Dream, Cobra, and not expecting Dream to have ever known about it. When approached with this information, I began asking around who else knew, and it became pretty evident that the only reason the evidence made its way to me in the first place was because the person who made the claim didn't plan on releasing the evidence publicly, and I think they just assumed I'd release it. It's not hard to find out who the person is who I'm talking about, but I will be referring to him as redacted moving forward, as he does not personally engage in drama, and I don't wish to drag him any further. Following the call with Tom, I then reached out to John Swan directly to say, "You're probably fucked. I'm just giving you a fair warning." After he inquired why, I sent the following message. "No, I am going to ask you one more time. Did and Cobra fuck with Harley and make up a story about a 12-year-old? I promise you I will not speak or show this conversation to anyone. I just want to know if you're lying to me." He continued to lie to me. I then reached out to a few creators, including Redacted himself, who gave me a fairly comprehensive retelling of what happened, but did not give me the screenshot I needed to go public. It apparently does exist, and I just couldn't get it. At this point, I was fairly confident, so when John called at 1:34 a.m., I began to question him. The call with John was pretty concerning, for a lot of reasons I'm going to essentially list out here now. The call began with me flat out asking if he could have possibly done it, to which he quickly denied once again. I articulated that John would have had reason to lie to me in private about the situation, and we could have probably gotten in touch with Dream after the initial Reddit comment to make this right from the very beginning. I said it would probably be fucked up if he was lying to me. I then asked him if there was any way that him and Cobra were fucking around with Harley and they came out with a dumb lie on the spot, and John didn't expect Dream to respond to this to ever come up again, right? There is no way that could be what happened, right? And John got pretty quiet. He started saying, "I'm really trying hard here, ... If you know the answer, you know the answer." What a fucking Weasley response. If you know the answer, you know the answer. What does that mean? Well, if you know, you know. Even when he's backed into a corner. Even when he knows that everyone is onto his shit. He just can't admit it. Nick, it's much deeper and more complicated than that. Who knows? Without just admitting it initially. So, if I were to have John here in call, I would ask him, like, what does that mean? It's much deeper than that, more complicated. It sounds like politicians speak. I started pleading with him that he had no reason to lie to me and that I already know everything. He just kept saying, if you know, then you know, and that's all I'm going to say. He implied that people may not be out to get him, but there were people who really despise him. If there were people who despise him, I wonder what they're thinking now. About 10 minutes into the call, he admitted he actually had a call with Redacted, and he said crazy things like, who's going to believe a blurry screenshot with someone saying that they have another screenshot about what Tom showed me. And when I told Redacted still had the original story, he initially said it wasn't me who sent that and implied we wouldn't be able to prove it. Finally, I asked him if he was comfortable saying it didn't happen because Redacted isn't going to release the evidence proving it happened, and John replied yes. After the call, I consulted with some friends on the best way to approach this, and I settled on a Twitter thread because integrity is important to me. I didn't wish to leave misleading content about Dream on my channel for people to find, and the right thing to do is to hold our friends accountable the way we would anyone else. Essentially, I had a moral obligation to make the situation right, so around an hour or so after I released the thread, following the thread's release, John called me. This time, he sounded completely different. The goal of this call was to 100% to get me to delete the tweet, and portions of the call felt really manipulative at the time. But I'm not going to expand upon this in fear that this wasn't a victim card and something more serious. He also apologized privately for the second call pretty shortly after. I then spoke to Dream, and he told me apparently he had spoken to Redacted a week ago following the stream, I think, and he had already known what I was telling him and just respected Redacted's privacy. That's what I said earlier in the stream. Dream knew, folks. Dream knew. That's why it must have been a hair-pulling experience when Dream was sitting there being like, just fucking admit it. Because he couldn't say that he knew, because that would fuck the third party over. But it's like, you know someone's doing something, you have them backed up against a corner, you're like, just say it, and they won't. You're like, dude, I will literally make this situation as easy and as painless as possible. Just say it. Why? He told me that when he offered John to just admit it, they can work it out and make sure everyone gets out of this okay. Dream had already known John did this as a matter of fact at the time of his DMs. This was less manipulative as we initially believed, and actually a pretty charitable chance for John to have gotten himself out of this situation. That was a really cool thing of Dream to do. I apologized to Dream publicly and in the call for getting wrapped up in this story and getting it wrong. He accepted. Lastly, there are many people shouting bias or saying that John's story was obviously false in the veil of hindsight. These people are fucking stupid. The reason people believe John's story is because it was a totally plausible lie that made sense at the time. I, for one, made an entire 20-minute video explaining my perceived retelling that had a 90% like ratio. Bo Blacks did a poll that was a landslide for John. It's easy to say something was clearly bullshit after it was proven to be false, but to act like it wasn't a viable take at the time is pretty disingenuous. You can say, well, of course your audience liked your video, dude. LOL. Go take a look at our D'Angelo Wallace ratios, LMFAO. The situation was never black and white. Dream fumbled a few talking points and gave John a lot of room to weasel, and that's what he did. Did John lie? Absolutely. Was John's lie massive for a stupid, petty drama? Insurmountably. Do you hate John? No. Do you think you'll ever be friends again? Why do you care? Do I think John is a bad person? Who fucking knows? You showed no proof. 4 pages. How could we believe you? John is welcome to call me a liar. He won't. I wouldn't advise that either. This has been Nick. I'm not fucking proofreading this. Welcome to the cum zone. Okay. Also, Cobra added me and sent me this from the fake Dream account. LOL. Okay, so the fake Diorio account is still active. That's cool. Folks! That's all I really have to say on this. I'm torn right now between if I want to read super chats or not. On one hand, it's like, fucking AIDS. I don't know. I guess I probably should because it's possible that there could be like questions in there. I don't know. This was not a monetary move for me. All right. All right, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just read them. Because if I don't read them now, I'll just read them later. So I might as well just read them now. All right. Bohu Big Oops, $20. Welcome to the support group meeting. Just Kid the Ranster 5 says, I believe John Swan needs to be over. YouTubers cannot be allowed to lie about others. I wonder how long until the reps are outed on a larger scale. Boofy Raglan says, that's what she said. Anonymous Tip 5 says, I was placed in timeout. I demand you to fire your new mods. Okay, okay, hold on. Fuck, what do I do? Okay, I'm just gonna read super chats that are, like, relevant to the situation. No offense to anyone else, but, like, I don't know. This is important. I don't know. I don't know. Taz, says, first the Bryce Taz exposed stream, now the John Swan exposed stream. That's going back. Aki Dave through 2 says, isn't this considered gaslighting? Before Ragnar 5 says, Augie, we love you, no homo. I'm taking my John Swan membership, canceling it, upgrading to AugieRFC second tier. Do what you guys want to do, irregardless of this situation. Makai Tyman through 2 says, in my opinion. Carby Post through 243 says, never be friends with the commentard community. I don't know, dude. I see a lot of people shit-talking commentary channels, and I can't necessarily blame them at all. T goes through 1 says, I'm extremely mad about this. Sorry, he weaponized you guys like this, all for the sake of perpetuating a lie. Wedge Annalise through 327 says, don't worry, Augie, we're still here with you. Mike the White through 5 says, sorry about what happened. You should check Boblax's latest tweet about it, and don't forget to check Nick's DM. DJ Screwdriver through 5 says, I'm sorry, Cat's Flocking through 398. I hope this doesn't delay the sex mod. Then maybe I'll be willing to forgive John. McLemby 6 Sugars through 5 says, forget John Swan, stick with Tommy C. Sister Zio through 398. You should see his DMs with me. Turkey Tom through 10 says, told you so. Turkey Tom. Credit where it's due. He sniffed it out. Jack DeMac through 5 says, the goose John got bodied by a smiley face Minecrafter biggest L of the year. By the way, congrats to 40k, man. Keep it coming. Zell through 5 says, I hate to interrupt you, but I'm at a loss for words. Tommy C 2020 accurately describing my feelings now. Tirasonin through 707 says, I believe the power gets to them after they reach a certain amount of subs. They start to think they're above those whom aren't content creators. Teddy C through 5 says, Dream didn't cheat. Lenar through 2 says, I have no words. Eduardo Pedrero through $100. Thank you very much, man. Seriously, that is an insane amount of money to be dumping on a stream like this. He says, I'm sorry you were having such a bad 2021. Hey, don't worry. No. My 2021 is great. All right. No. We're doing great this year. Definitely was slandering you, former friend. No, definitely was never a former friend of mine. Keemstar being an asshat to you and your friends, getting new ammunition, and now this. Genuinely hope this makes you feel better. Binging your vids for the past week. You were a good person. Thank you very much, man. Shadow Humor through 2 says, Dream 1. He did. Icky Evie through 5 says, John let his friends get attacked while he sat around vibing, knowing he could easily just admit the truth. True. Anime Stage through 5 says, what's messed up about this is Swan sat by and continued this lie while Cordwit received death threats and you all stuck your necks out for him. Jaso Sayers through 283 says, is this the end of a friendship? No going back. I don't want to talk about talking about friendships on the air publicly. It's fucking weird. I will say this. I do not see reason to willingly engage with people that are this disingenuous, that are this dishonest. I don't... There's better people I could be surrounding myself with. I don't know. I think if you surround yourself with people who are this just terrible, it's just not smart. It's not a good idea. And it's not really something I want to do. I don't know. Ask me in like 20 months. Wedge Analyst through 818 says, I'm truly sorry about this. Nicholas, Boblox, and everyone else in the commentary community. You do not deserve this whatsoever. We trusted a liar. Matty Eyes through 10 says, one thing from this I've learned is how career-oriented John is. He finds an obscure Reddit post, makes a long defense thread, and throws his friends under the bus, all to keep himself safe. Yeah, man. And when you just sell your soul to the fucking game, like, shit like this is gonna happen. That's what I feel happens to you. They just sell their soul to the game. Why? Sucks all the fun out of it. Kenzie K through 5 says, I swear this could have been over so long ago. I understand shock and panic, but goodness. Jessix through 10 says, I'm having a woman moment, not only lying publicly, but being lied to privately. When I ask him questions, it's just making me want to cry. I keep blaming myself for fighting for him, but ultimately he lied. Lana Pause through 10 says, I'm sorry that he lied to you. That's such an awful feeling. And with the added publicity of the situation, that's just oof. I'm sorry, dude. Biggie through 398 says, John is going to have to sell this house he just got. Shut the fuck up, dude. That's fucked. That's fucked up. Boof Tracklin through 50 says, this is about his integrity, not anyone else's. John Swan should give you guys his channel for Coon Squad podcast. You, Nick, Bobox, Tommy C. Tipster, and etc.'s association with Nick will be forgotten sooner than you think. He should just walk away. Gabe Clawford through 795 says, I don't care. I'm here for the entertainment, nothing more. Keeping entertaining and I'll be here. I said this whole thing was lame from the beginning, but it just got way more artistic. That's a fair take, yeah. Shadow Crescent through 5 says, what's even worse is that John lied and Cobra decided to mislead the masses even further, lying about the situation on your show. That is true. And in fairness to Cobra, he did reach out to me and he apologized. He said he should have come forward, and he said he pressured John to come forward, but John didn't do it. So Cobra probably should be thrown under the bus as well for this situation. Here's my perspective on Cobra. And it doesn't negate that Cobra also was a part of this. However, I'm less mad at Cobra because Cobra is like an honest shitbag. You know what I mean? Like, his whole entire character is that he is a piece of shit. So when Cobra does something that is objectively awful, I feel less, like, surprised or just, you know, bewildered when it's just like, okay, it's Cobra, whatever. John, on the other hand, has the complete opposite thing going for himself. So when he does something like this, it's like, what the fuck, dude? And also, John had more involvement in this overall. John's the one that ran with the lie. John's the one that, you know, ran this whole entire operation. So yeah, shit should be thrown Cobra's way, probably. However, I don't really care that much because Cobra, he is who he is. So, I don't know. Psych Jaws through 5 says, this all sucks, bro. I'm sorry, I hope you are all alright. Lance Fan through 278 says, with the proof Nick mentioned ever, will the proof Nick mentioned ever be coming out? I doubt it. It's all in the fucking Google Doc that he just made. Redust through 2 says, said it from the start, John was in the wrong. Boohoo Big Oops through 5 says, yup, mate. Zombie Penguin through 2 says, John played us like a damn fiddle. Ms. Diz through 5 says, your new mods placement timeout because of the end tower, fire them or no talk about money. Yeah, good one. Turtle through 1112 says, am I the only person who still has questions about that Nick Diorio account? Wicked Nesferatu through 234 says, John and Cobra are some of the most selfish people I've seen in a while. I'll be honest. Ms. Diz through 5 says, your mod placement timeout because of the inward tower, fire them or no talk about money. Ms. Diz through another 5 said the same thing. Thank you very much, Ms. Diz. Alex Whitley through 2 says, that was some Order 66 stuff right there. Uwu. Ramadan Steve through 5 says, times like this make me wish Medicare was still around. Anonymous Sip 5 says, I was placed in timeout due to an end tower. Remove me or no moss. Okay, I get it. All right. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you for that. Anonymous tipped another 5, and then tipped another 5, said I was placed in timeout. Okay, all right. Okay. Cool. Pridwin through 2 says, sending love your way. After this, keep your head up. Crappy Post through 608 says, content creators need to remember that we're just losers on the internet and we shouldn't have to try to be holier than thou vibe because we're not saints. Ghost Productions through 5 says, so is John still making the Dream Stands video? I don't think so. Technically, that was Cordwit's video, but I don't know if that's ever coming out. Mike the Bike through 10 says, at the end of the day, you guys got screwed over. You trusted a friend and it backfired. You, Nick, and Boblock's track record is too good for something like this to tarnish it for me. Keep up the good work. Jim Jones through 2 says, was it Cobra or John using the fake Nick account? I think the fake Nick is Cobra. Anonymous at 5 says, decided to unsubscribe from John after this, as he's willing to lie over petty shit and have people tear into one another to defend his credibility that he has none. He should have just owned up to it and said he went Border King Mark II. Honestly, it's funny you mention that because this entire situation literally feels like the Mundane Matt situation. Like, the call, dude. It literally sounds exactly like... He sounded like Mundane Matt, like, almost word for word. It's crazy. It really is crazy. Bryce Taz 5 says, first the Bryce Taz exposed stream, now the John Swan exposed stream. Shake my head. Taz, that's a reference literally no one's gonna get. But I mean, you know what? That was an interesting time period. No one in chat knows what we're talking about right now. Anyway. Stacy Sparkle through 2 says, starting to think John's manager isn't real. Nah, I think the manager is real. Izzy 10 through 5 says, I need another smoke break. You're like 12. You're not smoking shit. Lieutenant Cobra through 707 says, I ain't no snitch. Fair enough. And Jada through 5 says, this is a mess up and I hope it doesn't hurt any of you long term. Luckily, I don't think anyone will leave over this. You guys will get through it. Cam through 281 says, I'll be staying around. Augie, stay based. Water Jabbers through 5 says, any word on the lawsuit John said was coming down, asking for a friend? You know what? At this point, that's a more than fair question to ask. I don't have it. I wasn't the one who, you know, I wasn't the one who kept tabs on that. So looking back on it though, it is funny that he was the one who was like, yeah, the lawsuit and shit on Susie Liu, and then that just never happened. Like, I don't know, dude. It's interesting to look back on that. Twisted Puppet through 5 says, so are we just supposed to hate John now? Don't think what you want to think, dude. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm here to tell you what I think. This show is all about what I think. Y'all can think whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Are people gonna hate are people gonna get hate for still liking the dude's videos? I mean, you're all kids to me. I don't know. Watch whatever you want to watch. Keep watching John. I don't give a fuck. The only thing I'll say is, like, claims like there's going to be a lawsuit on Susie Liu or stuff like that. I would take those claims with a grain of salt unless substantial evidence has been presented. That's all I'll say. If you want to watch John make videos on Jake Paul and Zoe Laverne, he's probably going to make videos on that, and probably all the information that is going to be true because these are well-documented public stories. It's very hard to fuck up stories like this, so you know what? I don't know. That's all I'll say. Send through 2 says, I only watch you because you're hot. Well, thanks, dude. Terry J through 159 says, the only redemption arc from this is to crank up debased. Okay. Listen up, everyone. Thank you for the 5, Spooky Weep Trash. Listen up. What am I gonna do now? Honestly, what I'm probably gonna do now... fuck. I'm probably gonna go work on some videos and shit. Get some content out. And then I might come back later tonight and just, like, stream some video games or some shit. But, that's all I really wanted to say on this whole entire situation. I don't really... I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I've said my piece, you know? So... if people think about John what they want to think, I don't know. I'm just here to correct the record, issue my statement, my apology to Dream, and I guess going forward, if I had to say anything, it would probably be that I'm probably going to be separating myself from the commentary community. I don't know how I'm going to do that just yet, but the topics that I cover and the people that I interact with are probably going to begin to drift away from commentary. Overall, just in general, I find myself like, almost bored with some of the topics. And add on to this, like just the people, I don't know if I want to associate with people like this. I might start experimenting a little bit with the stuff that we cover. I'm always going to be a streamer. I'm always going to stream and have fun doing that shit. But the stuff that I cover, the situations I get involved with, and the people that I choose to associate with are probably going to slowly start drifting away from this shit. Because I just find it to be more obvious by the day that this is just a cesspool that I increasingly want nothing to do with. So, that's all I'm going to say on that. Nick DiOrio, Final 20. John Swan Dream, his play button. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to play this the only way I know how and get out of here. But, I'll probably be live later tonight, play some Civilization or some shit, talk to you guys in chat. Edwin. What does Edwin have to say? This is so disappointing. I can't process or comprehend how John would commit to the lie so hard as he did. Man, sucks to witness. Yeah, I mean, it really does. Godspies through 5 says, I don't want this to kill your passion. No, my passion in streaming and YouTube is always going to be there. I love this shit.